What's up, racists of the United States of America and other countries worldwide? It's your boy back with a brand new video, and you know, we hate all races out here. No, I'm just kidding. That's just part of the intro skit. It was a bad joke, but I don't really care.
Everybody type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigger. Just type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigger.
Welcome to today's video. You guys are probably here because you've seen the thumbnail of the video, the title of the video, or you're here because you just watch my content. But today, guys, we are going to be talking about the Keemstar vs. H3H3 drama and H3H3's video in general. Now, Keemstar has not responded to this yet. He says he's going to make a two-part video. The first one about Etica is going to be up tomorrow, followed by another one in the future. Tomorrow being theoretically today for me, May 20th, but I am uploading this video May 20th to talk about the H3H3 drama of the video that just came out. This just came out. I have watched this video tons and tons of times, and oh my god, do I have some stuff to say about the video and other things. But here's the first thing that I want to say. Ethan and Keemstar are both huge pieces of shit, okay? They're both huge pieces of shit. They're not the best people. I'm a piece of shit. I bully people, but so do they. H3H3 got known basically for talking shit and bullying. Keemstar is a bully. He talks shit. It's the same thing. Does it really matter? No. This isn't really going to do anything. Like, Keem's fans are going to stay with Keem. H3H3's fans are going to stay with H3. It's not going to change. Everything is going to be the exact same as it was. I just have some things I need to say about the video. I'm going to break down basically each section, discuss with you guys like the whole points, and then talk about the points where Ethan, he's wrong. Like, it's just where he's wrong. So again, as I said before, I've seen this video a few times now, about 3 times in total, and I just want to say something. It's a gorgeous video. It's beautiful. The things in it, the animations, the transitions, the video effects, the beginning skit, it's beautiful. It's beautifully made. Now, was it a complete copy of Content Cop on Keemstar, the beginning part and how the video was sectioned? Yes, it was an exact copy. The stuff involved wasn't the same, but it was an exact copy. The video is basically a Content Cop, hence why it's called Content Nuke. I don't know if H3H3 came into contact with Keemstar about this, but in general, it is a complete ripoff of an Idubbz video, and basically a ripoff of a video that Idubbz has already done in the past. And that doesn't fly with me because I love me some Ian.
Oh, it's a single piece of paper that says nigger faggot.
So the first thing that H3H3 brings up is the Total Biscuit problem between Keemstar and Total Biscuit. Total Biscuit was a YouTuber who was diagnosed with a form of cancer. I believe this was back in 2016. And Keemstar said to him basically, hey, listen, I can't wait to report your death.
Now I want to. Now I want to be like, can't wait to report your death.
Now that's pretty fucked up, not gonna lie, really fucked up. But I do want to say, Keemstar did apologize about that incident, and in the video H3H3 made, that apology was not talked about once. It was never talked about. Now, should Keemstar have ever said it in the first place? No, he shouldn't have, but the apology that he made was never mentioned in the H3H3 video.
I cherish and look up to, because in many ways, that's kind of like who I am. I responded back to him saying, you'll never be news. Well, first I clicked on his Twitter, right? And I noticed that he just blocked me also. And so I responded by making a Twitter video, and I said, I was a fan of you, asshole. Like, and here you are, like, saying I'll never be news. That makes me not want to be a fan. That makes me want to say, I can't wait to report your death. That's just fucked up.
So the Tony situation was about an old man that looked like a convicted pedophile, and Tony was crying on his stream when Keemstar made a drama alert posting that he was a pedophile. Tony was crying, everything was messed up, stuff like that. Keemstar then made a video addressing that he got the news wrong and he was very sorry, so he apologized for it. Now, Ethan goes in on his video basically saying that Tony is still getting death threats and stuff like that to this day, and saying it's basically Keemstar's fault. The thing is it's not. Keemstar never sent anyone any death threats. He never did anything like that. He posted the news. The news was rude. He then said that it was wrong, and after it was wrong, everything should stop. The fact of the matter is, people kept sending him this stuff because they think they're funny and they think it's cool. It's not cool, it's not funny, and most of all, it's not Keemstar's fault. So the Just Destiny's situation, Keemstar claimed that he was a pedophile after he used a 13-year-old girl's body in a thumbnail for one of his videos. Keemstar was asking, oh, do you touch kids? But do you touch kids?
Do you touch kids?
Oh my god, really?
But do you? Do you touch kids?
Destiny wasn't having it, and then he went on to dox him because Keemstar lost 3,000 subs in one day. That's absolutely ridiculous, and it does make you look like a bitch. It was a pretty f***ed up situation on that part. Keemstar was completely in the wrong, basically. The Smiles for YouTube situation was kind of similar to the Destiny thing, except Smiles for YouTube and Keemstar were into this beef, and they were into the beef, and Keemstar was showing his information and doxing him on live stream. Then Smiles for YouTube got swatted, and Keemstar made videos claiming, I never swatted anyone. He swatted me first. I didn't do anything like that. Now, here's the other thing. Is the reason that he got swatted because Keem leaked his information? Yes. But did Keem swat anyone? No, he didn't. Now, I'm not saying it's okay to leak anyone's information and dox them, but Ethan in his video is basically saying that Keem swatted him.
Keemstar is shocked that people think he's responsible. Of course, he never called the police himself. That would be illegal. He just gleefully put the information on his stream, daring any of his followers to do it for him.
Like, now I'm being accused of swatting people. All right, I can't even believe that this is a thing, and I cannot believe that people actually believe it.
His Skype is literally Smile for YouTube.
People actually believe it.
This is his phone number.
People actually believe it.
This is his wife's phone number.
People actually believe it.
We need this dude's address. We need to drop his address.
People actually believe it.
People need to know where this dude lives.
People actually believe it.
Look at them all there.
No, Keem didn't swap anyone. The Basherverse situation was when Basherverse was making some suicidal tweets on the way home one day on Twitter. Keemstar kind of mocked them in an accent and mocked them, so on and so forth.
Today's story is about Basher. He had a breakdown on Twitter, and quite frankly, he's suicidal. This is what he said on Twitter. I almost killed myself today on the way home. I'm not sure why I can't ever just go through with it. Constant highs, lows. I can't take this anymore.
But there is two sides of this. The first side is Basherverse was actually suicidal, and he was going through a lot, and Keemstar made a dick of it. He didn't care about it, and he just said, fuck it. Everything like that. But the other side is that mental illness is actually played a lot on YouTube and on the internet. A lot of people refer to mental illness to try to get them out of something as an excuse, to get clout, everything like that. So it could be something like that. Keemstar also talked about his mental illness thing, said that he doesn't believe in depression, anxiety isn't real, panic disorder isn't real. Listen, I have anxiety, I have panic disorder, I have a medicine, and I've only been taking it for like a week, and it's already helping me, so I thoroughly disagree with his statement there. But anyways, still, mental illness and stuff like that can be used for clout or as an excuse to gain attention or garner attention in any way. As I'm editing this video, I realized that I forgot another major thing about this video. One thing that Ethan really focused on was the fact that G Fuel sponsored Keemstar, and that Keemstar doesn't deserve to have a sponsorship or anything.
Like 3 Sips. Brought to you by Dr. Daniel Keemstar. Sponsored by G Fuel.
If you didn't blah 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 article, you'd actually know that what you're saying is bullshit. G Fuel apparently blah blah blah'd your whole history when they decided to sponsor you.
We already had the one person from Pokimane that lost a sponsor because of her, and now Keemstar has lost a sponsor because of this video. You directly went after his sponsor, basically shaming him into saying, oh, he shouldn't have a sponsor. You should be ashamed of yourself by saying that. You should be terribly ashamed of yourself, basically taking away this man's revenue what he does for a living, the fact that half of his videos on YouTube are demonetized, and you are getting rid of that so he cannot provide for his child or his dog or anything, or for his house or literally whatever. But you just had to go after a sponsor and literally stoop down to the level of Pokimane when she called out someone and they lost their sponsor. You should be really ashamed of yourself. Now here's the one that put the icing on the cake. Ethan, the longest segment of the video. I watched the video. Every segment was short except for this one and the last one. But this was the longest. The Etica one. Now, the big point here that Ethan made about Keem with Etica was the fact that on the Drama Alert interview, Keem was basically egging him on to commit suicide, to end it all, stuff like that, not calling the police, not trying to get him help, anything like that. That's the main point that Ethan was trying to make. A tweet here from M101 News says, so H3H3 is pinning the late Etica's suicide on Keemstar on his latest video, even though there is a video evidence from Etica himself stating the contrary, thanking Keemstar for featuring him in Drama Alert when he did, and also stating no one is to blame for his decision. M101 News also said, you don't use another person's suicide as a gotcha on your stupid drama videos. You just don't at H3H3 Productions. Another tweet said, the sole objective of H3H3 Productions was to paint Keemstar as responsible for the death of another YouTuber and go after Keem's sponsors. It worked. This is just like Pokimane going after its A Gundams just because she didn't like his video about her simps. Yes, that is not okay. You do not use someone's suicide, someone's late death, someone's untimely death as a big gotcha or catcha on a video. That's why people on Twitter are actually mad at H3H3, because he completely used the Etica segment of his video to try to bring Keemstar down. It's just not right. You have so many other things you could use. You could use the Alex is a stupid. You could use literally everything. Go into more depth about the racism part, because you only touched on the racism part for like 2 minutes. You could go into so much more about Keemstar, but you decide to use Etica's death. Etica's death for your video just to say, oh, Keemstar, I gotcha. There's actually a statement here that I'm going to read to you real quick. In June 2019, after YouTuber Etica committed suicide, several Twitter users blamed Keem for egging on the YouTuber, with much of the criticism found in an interview earlier that year, where Keem said, if you really think about it, then why live? Just jump off a cliff. If it's just a simulation, who cares? In response to Etica talking about how he believed he lived in a simulation, Etica also mentioned Keem in the last video titled I'm Sorry, saying, Keemstar, I wish you the best, my Keem refuted these claims in a series of tweets claiming people were using him as a scapegoat and that nobody was talking about tweets in which he was concerned for him. He went on to say that he thought Etica's mental health issues were a publicity stunt due to him seeming fine and wanting to guest star on Drama Alert. Etica's mother defended Keem afterwards, stating he wasn't to blame for Etica's suicide and that he loved Keem and his show. Right there, Etica's mother didn't blame Keem at all and said that he was a huge fan of Keem's show. Ethan, in your video, you say his parents must not like that. His parents mustn't like that. Etica's mental state has nothing to do with Keemstar. The fact that he killed himself has nothing to do with Keemstar. Nothing to do with it at all. Ethan said in a tweet that in the video, he didn't say that Keemstar was the reason that Etica committed suicide, which you didn't. You didn't do that. Because if you had, you'd have had a lot of people hating you, even though you already do. But here's the thing. You don't use someone's suicide as a catcha. As, oh, I gotcha now, Keem. I gotcha. You know how Idubbz has never mentioned anything about death or anything like that? The only thing he's ever talked about was the rape allegation comments that Rice Gum made, but it wasn't an actual rape that he did. Yeah, he's never brought in anything like that. Never once. Never anything like that. You're bringing up someone's suicide. You're a joke. The other thing about the Etica situation is that Ethan was like, don't you think Keemstar should get him some help? Do some stuff like that? He can't. He legally can't. All he can say is this. He can say, hey man, I think you should get some help. That's all he can say. I'm going to bring up the Airsoft Fatty situation. The reason we could not get Chris out of the situation was because of this. We called APS, we called the police. We can't do anything until Chris was compliant. That's all it was. Chris had to call himself. Etica would have had to do the exact same thing. No one else could do anything for him, and that is a fact. Here's the only thing Ethan got right, basically, was the lawsuit. The lawsuit is what he got right, and that's all we wanted to know. You could skip to the 32-15-second mark of Ethan's video because that's all you need to know. That's all we need answers for, and I'm going to answer that in a second. But he explained, no, I didn't use that money for, like, what Keem is saying. I didn't do any of that. I used it right. He called the director of Payday 2, said, I used the money right? And the dude was like, yeah, you did. You didn't scam us or anything. Boom, that's great. But here's the deal. Here's the tea, sis. So Ethan only talked about the past. When one of his biggest things that he said was that Keem has changed and that he's changed for the worse. The only thing he has mentioned about this year is the lawsuit. He never mentioned anything else about this year or recently. All this stuff is way in the past, and when I mean way in the past, really in the past. The last thing was 2019. That's really in the past. We know all this stuff already. This whole video, we knew. Everyone who's been around on YouTube, around YouTube news, around anything, we know this stuff. We all do. It's basic information that we all knew. I knew about Total Biscuit, Tony, Just Destiny, Smiles for YouTube, Basherverse, Etica, and the lawsuit. And the racial comments. I've known about all of them probably since I was like 11. Keemstar literally made the greatest meme of all time with the Alex comments. Greatest YouTube meme basically of all time. We all know this. I'm not defending Keemstar in any way. He's a piece of shit person. The stuff that he said, the stuff that he's done, like, it's not cool. Ethan did not focus on how he changed as a person. Ethan focused on his past. Ethan focused mainly when people hated him on YouTube, not when people liked him, because people really like Keem now. And honestly, I watch every drama alert, not only to get the news, because sometimes it is really funny. Leafy, Idubbz, they're all pieces of shit, but I love them in their own way because they make me laugh with their videos. And some of them I even look up to. I don't look up to Keem. I think Keem's a terrible person to look up to, but his videos do make me laugh, and I do sit down and enjoy them. My closing remarks for this is, Ethan, listen, you made a beautiful video. You really did. The transitions were great. The looks were great. The setting was great. You copied Idubbz, which isn't great, but Idubbz is great, so it's great. But here's the deal. The content part. You titled it Content Nuke. That's right. A nuke was dropped on your content because it was so bad just focusing on the past. I don't expect Keem's to be any better. Keem is probably going to make something about H3's past. And what's it going to be? Stuff we already knew. So here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know more stuff about stuff that has happened in the past that we all knew, let's just turn right into the news. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video. Ethan, listen, you're a great YouTuber. You are. You have a great fan base. A lot of people like you. This video wasn't good, okay? It just wasn't. You focused too much of the past, and you just regurgitated information we already knew. It's not right. It's not good. It should have been called Contact L, because you really did give an L out here, because it's not good. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, it would mean a lot to me if you could leave a like on this video to support me from the terrible individuals that are going to come to this video and say that I am defending Keem. I'm not defending Keem, you scrubs. But guys, remember, don't dislike.
Don't you dare dislike, or I'm gonna send Ethan and Keem to your house and they're gonna keep egging you on all day.
Now, but for real, guys, just comment down below what you didn't like about today's video, and I will be sure to fix that for you guys in the next video. Also, guys, remember to click that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you get a notification on your phone, tablet, and even laptop every time that I upload a brand new video to the channel. Thank you guys so much for the support recently and the subs. It's just absolutely amazing. I cannot thank you enough. Guys, don't remember again to leave a like, subscribe, share, favorite, turn notifications on, all that good stuff that you already do. Follow me on Twitter at SirSloth, and yeah, I will see you all in my next video. My monitor turned off, so yeah.